Greetings, Pokemon fans! I'm Lazy Space Boy, and welcome to part 2 of my Pokemon Emerald Nuzlocke. Now, on our last video, I did explain that this is my very first ever attempt at a Pokemon Nuzlocke, and I almost lost right there and then to my rival May. Alright, Chester almost died completely, and that would have been a very humiliating experience for me. But we are moving on. We are trucking through, and now that I have just healed my little boy Chester, we are going to move on. We are going to continue this Pokemon Nuzlocke and see how much further we can get. Now, oh, there's May right there. So it looks like she wants us to hurry back home, but in reality, we're just going to go straight to Professor Birch's lab so we can continue on this journey. Alright, so let's get this a move on. You know, there has got to be a way to move a little bit faster in these games. I mean, I realize that it's been quite some time and I am playing on an emulator, but there has got to be a way. I'm gonna try to find out how to do so. All right, so Professor Birch is just talking. He's talking. He wants to complete the Pokédex just like in every single Pokemon game. Oh no, he was just given his Pokédex. Okay, so now he's explaining it. He wants me to catch. All right, now he's telling me to. You know, they just keep rehashing the old plot over and over and over again in these games. Just, hey, here's a Pokédex and we need you to fill it up. All right. Now we're getting some Pokeballs. Okay, so now I'll be able to start catching some. All right. So are we good? Yep. All right. I'm off. See you later, May. Bye, Professor Birch. All right. Finally, we get to move on. Oh, hey, Mom. Jay, did you introduce yourself? Yes, I introduced myself, Mom. Okay, I said hi. I was being polite. Thank you. Oh, wait, running shoes. Okay, cool. Awesome. So now we can actually start moving in this game. All right, you know, I'm so used to riding on Pokemon in previous games that I completely forgot that running shoes were even a thing, you know, because like I know like in previous games, you got to just, you know, like start running. Like I remember, I think it was like in X and Y, Sun and Moon, where running just immediately became a thing. And then obviously you moved on to like the Let's Go games where you actually get to ride on top of the Pokemon, not to mention Scarlet and Violet when you get Koraidon and Miraidon and you're just riding on those Pokemon. So now we're having to go all the way old school and we're just running like with the running shoes. Kind of feels weird to me. All right, Zigzagoon, I need you to like stop attacking my Mudkip. Oh, almost beat it there. All right. Chester, hey, lighten up. Let's get the Zigzagoon onto our team. All right, the attack fell. You're eating something. What are you eating there, buddy? An Oranberry. Okay, so restored your health. Oh, wow, that actually did a tremendous amount of health right there. All right, luckily we learned Mud Slap, and that didn't do a lot, but your accuracy did fall, so I'll take it. I will take that. All right, my attack fell. All right, Mudkip, let's just make sure this tackle doesn't... Whoa, okay. Okay, that was a crit. Why is a level 2 Zigzagoon critting my little boy Chester here? Like, why? Okay. I think we've done enough damage, so let's catch this guy. Zigzagoon, you're about to become part of the team. Hopefully this works. 1, 2, 3, and yep. All right, Chester. Welcome our new friend Zigzagoon. What should we call him? Right, so you're added to the database. All right, so let's go with, let me think now. We're gonna give him another C. How about Carl? You know what? Yeah, I've always liked that name, Carl. You know, like Carl Weezer from Jimmy Neutron, if any of you remember that show. So yeah, why not? Let's just give him like some random name. All right, let's heal up before we move forward. Both Chester and Carl did receive a bit of damage. So let's just get this over with really quick. Thank you for waiting. Not like I had a choice. We hope to see you again. I don't know if I should take that person or not. I mean, like, who says that in a hospital? Hope to see you again? Like, come on now. All right, I'm not trying to get, you know, sick or anything here. All right, now. Here we are. We're going to battle this youngster right here. Young trainer. What was his name again? I didn't catch it. Oh, here it is. Youngster Calvin. Calvin with his level 5 Poochyena. Okay, this shouldn't be that hard. All right, let's just hit him with a tackle and call it a day. Okay, I was kind of hoping that would do a little bit more damage. All right. Oh, well, okay, nice. Nice crit. Okay. I think I made the wise choice here of choosing Mudkip as my starter. Alright, that was an easy battle, and my little boy Chester leveled up to level 7. Nice. Next thing you know, he won't be a little Mudkip anymore. He'll have to evolve into Marsh Stomp. Alright, give me your lunch money, boy. Alright, and we're moving on. That bug trainer, yep. Yeah, he's definitely a bug catcher trainer. I can tell by the hat. Yep, and he's got a net. Alright, so it looks like Trainer Calvin brought out his Wurmple, so I'm just going to bring up Chester really quick. He is the head of my team. Let's just try to end this as fast as possible. Let's just hit him with Mud Slap, see if that does anything. Yeah, that did practically nothing. Like, next to nothing. Alright, so let's just take the String Shot. It's going to slow me down just by a tad. But let's just hit him with a quick tackle, see if that does. Whoa, okay. That's going to do a lot. Alright, and his tackle did nothing, so let's just end this fight really quick. Was this his only Pokemon? I can't remember if he has a second one or not. I wasn't really paying attention. Level 8, nice. Alright, and yep, he's gonna send out a second Wurmple. Alright, let's see if we can get another crit and end this fight really quick, because I actually want to move on. I forget, honestly, how tedious these side battles can be with, like, youngsters and bug trainers and all that. So, because I really just want to get to the main battles as quick as possible. I don't know, maybe that's just my impatience talking. But, oh wait, his name was Rick? I thought it was Calvin. Was the other guy Calvin? I can't remember. I can't keep track of all of these NPC players. Okay, let's catch a new friend here. Poochyena. Okay, nice. Alright, so we are following the Pokemon Nuzlocke rules. Okay, we're in a brand new route. So I do get to catch this Poochyena here. Alright, let's see if we only need to use one Pokeball. And 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3, and yep, Poochyena is ours. You know, it is so funny how Zigzagoon and Poochyena always seem to be the first Pokemon that everyone catches in the Gen 3 games. Not just because of how common they are, but like the spawn rate of them is just so high. We're gonna call him Vinny. How about, yeah, Vinny. I don't know, he just looks like a Vinny to me. Or, yeah, we're just gonna make that lowercase. I don't want to do all caps. There we go. Moving on. Alright, is that another trainer we have to... Yep, it is, yeah. You know, like I was saying before, there has to be a way to speed up the progress in these battles. Because, I don't know, it just seems like really slow, somewhat tedious when I battle all these, like, side NPC characters, you know? It's not that I don't enjoy battling the side NPC characters, it's just they're just not as exciting as, you know, obviously battling your rivals, battling the gym leaders, what do you call them? Main character battles, I guess. That's a one way to call it. I don't know, again, it's just more of my impatience talking than anything else, because I just love getting to like the main storylines as quick as possible. So in the beginning, it's all fun for like 2 seconds, but then you just like want to get to it, you know? Okay, he's sending out his Tailo. We're gonna keep out Chester since he's the most over-leveled. We are gonna have to do some training before anything. You know, Tailo would be a great addition to the team. I hope at some point I actually get to catch him. Like, he's like the first one that I run into in a new route. Because having a flying type on this team, especially having a Tailo that eventually evolves into Swellow, that will definitely come in clutch. Alright, so that was a quick win. Alright, now how much are we getting from this battle? 48. Okay, that's not bad. Hopefully I can Amulet Coin pretty soon, because I want to rack up as much money as possible. Okay, we're just going to avoid that trainer really quick, because I do want to heal up my Pokemon. Not smart to go in at mid-health. Especially in a Nuzlocke. Like, I'm realizing now that I have to play this game extremely smart and strategic than just go into battles blind, all willy-nilly, because one wrong move and I could lose my starter, and that's the last thing that I want to do. Alright, because if I lose my starter before we go and battle Roxanne, the rock-type gym leader, that is not going to be fun. Alright, so let's battle this one really quick, level up our team. Or at least Chester. Last Tiana. Okay, if that's how you pronounce it. Chester, let's just knock this out pretty quick, okay? Alright. Now that he's a level 9, his hits are getting a lot stronger. I can't wait till we actually get some real moves like Water Gun or Muddy Water. Because at some point, Tackle is just gonna be like really dull to keep using. Okay, was this her only Pokemon? Please let it be. Okay, so she's sending out her Shroomish. Shroomish is actually another Pokemon that I would love to have on my team. I've actually never used Breloom to a point where I've added him onto my team. Like, I remember just evolving Shroomish at one point, and then, okay, yeah, now I have Breloom, let me just stick him in the PC and call it a day. But he's actually really good to use in Gen 3 playthroughs, so hopefully he's another one that we eventually run into. Okay, I do want to level up some of my Pokemon here, so I sent out Vinny. Hopefully he does quite a bit of damage, but it doesn't look like he's doing much right now. Alright. And doesn't help that his only move is Tackle. Wow, he doesn't even have Growl or anything. That Absorb is really annoying. Okay, hit him with another Tackle. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. These battles, man, I have to find a way to speed them up a bit. We'll probably edit it in some way. Maybe in part 3. Okay. Vinny's about to die, so I'm just gonna switch out to Chester and knock this out really quick, because there's no chance I'm gonna already lose one of my team members. Not happening. Not on my watch. Okay, so Chester can take that. Alright. And now we can move on. Shroomish is done. She's out. Let's get a move on. Come on. Ended up furthering my career? Yeah, totally. Not. Okay, now let's gonna heal up really quick. I feel like I'm gonna spend a lot of my time at the Pokemon Center throughout my journey here. Yep. Okay, now they're all healed up. We can go. We can get a move on. And let's see what next encounter we have. I haven't played a Gen 3 game since, I don't know, maybe 2020 when I played Alpha Sapphire, or was it Omega Ruby? Because I played the remakes 3 times in 3 separate teams. So, but the originals, I haven't played in quite some time, so I can't really remember a whole lot of what we have to do. Alright, so we're gonna run into our dad here. Hey dad, thanks for helping us out with the move. You just decided that you'll have a couple of your Vigoroth come in and just move around our stuff. Yeah, thanks. Now who's this guy? Oh, it's Wally. Huh. Yeah, Wally, do we really have to help you in your Pokemon journey? I mean, just get a starter from Professor Birch. I'm sure he has another one. You can get Torchic for all I know, since May and I already have Mudkip and Trico. So why do I need to help this kid? Okay, so yeah, Dad here is not really giving me a choice, so let's just knock this out as fast as possible. Alright, following the leader now. I think this is where he actually catches Ralts, I believe. I know that Ralts has a very low spawn rate in this area. I would have loved to run into Ralts this early on, but it doesn't look like it's gonna happen. Wow, lovely. He just runs into him in his first try. Must be nice, kid. So let's just get this done as fast as possible so we can move on. He's gonna send out my dad's Zigzagoon here, I guess. Okay. Hit him with a growl. The attack fell. You know, I think it's great that later on in the journey he has a Gardevoir, but I think it really would have been a little bit more interesting had Wally gotten the remaining starter instead of just leaving it there. You know, like giving the other starter just like a little bit of love, because you never really see the third one in any other battle. Like you have yourself using the starter that you picked, your rival May using the opposing type, but the other one is just sitting there, you know? And I really think they would have ended the trend of the third starter just being left alone, and they could have just given it to like some other side character or rival. And this would have been a perfect example of it. Instead, they give him Ralts, which is fine and everything, but not as enticing. All right, so he caught his little Ralts, so now we can move on. I did it. It's my Pokemon. Yeah, dude, you did it. Now, can we get back already? Yes, it worked out, Dad. Thanks for making me help this guy. You know how antisocial I can be sometimes. Okay, yeah, Mom's waiting for you, so go on. Now, if you want to become a strong Pokemon trainer, here's my advice. Now you want to give some advice. Yes, you see, I was already planning on battling Roxanne. Didn't really need you for that one, Dad. Thanks for being around. See you later. That guy. Alright, now, oh god. Who's this dude? He says I'm dressed like a Pokemon trainer. How should a Pokemon trainer dress? Like, how do you even tell? Is it the white hat / hair? Okay, that was weird. If that's not a definition for stranger danger, I don't know what is. Alright, this random house here. Let's get a move on. Okay. There's another NPC trainer. I want to see if maybe I can catch another Pokemon around here. So let's see who we run into. Here we go. And it's another Poochyena. Okay, so since I already have one, I have to stick with the Nuzlocke rules of not catching the same species of Pokemon. So we're just going to leave this Poochyena here. Maybe we can find something else around this area. But I do know that I have to level up my other two team members. Carl and Vinny, you are seriously lacking in level. What item does Carl have here? I know he has that pickup ability, which is going to come in handy a lot. So I might just keep Carl into my team for a little bit longer. Let's just see if we can find another guy here. And another Poochyena? Really? Okay. Should I battle it and help Vinny level up a little bit? Nah, let's get out of here, because I want to see what else I can catch in this area. Or better yet, let's just do this battle really quick, because I can't have my Chester being level 9 while all my other guys are below level. I'm not going to go through that trend of just beefing up my starter while everyone else is just falling behind. Alright, so this Zigzagoon is 4 levels ahead of us, so yeah, it's going to hit me pretty hard. If I can just get in, okay, not even a couple of tackles are going to help out. Okay, whoa. Alright, we're going to have to switch out now. Alright, you call that a crit? Really? Alright, let's switch into Chester. Alright, Vinny, you did great, but let's have Chester finish off Zigzagoon really quick. Alright, the attack fell. I'm not too worried about that. Let's just hit him with a quick tackle. Alright, Tail Whip. I guess it outsped me. Now my defense fell. I don't think that's going to be a big deal since... Okay, I was expecting that to do a little bit more, even though... Okay. Alright, you're hitting me with another growl, so I'm guessing my attack is going to fall a little bit more. Not too worried since you're probably like on 5 HP right now. Okay. You see, these battles are just way too slow for me. And wow, must be nice having a full restore this early in the game. Like, I know you look like one of those high-powered fancy trainers, but to have a full restore that early on. Alright, at least I hit you with a crit. So that's going to be helpful, because I really want to get over these NPC battles already. Alright, hopefully this... Oh my god. How do you keep outspeeding me, dude? It's like my defense is falling, not my speed. Alright, hopefully this ends it. Okay, so we just got to do one more attack. Alright, Chester, take us home. All right, now that that battle's finished, we can move on. All right, Vinny grew to level 4. Not too bad, not too bad. You know, I am going to have to do some level grinding here because now that Chester's level 10 and the other guys are just falling behind. Hey, we learned Water Gun. Cool. So yeah, since the other guys are falling behind, we're definitely going to have to do some level grinding here just for a little bit so that our team can catch up. Let me just go into the woods really quick and see what's here. All right, the Petalburg Woods. So to my understanding, there's a lot of... Oh, you've got to be kidding me. All right, let's get this over with now. To be honest, I was not planning on battle. 4 Pokemon? Dude, you have 4 Wurmples? Come on, man. At least diverse yourself a little bit. So I'm just going to hit you with a couple of tackles and, of course, the attack missed. All right. Let's just hit him with a couple more tackles. Maybe might do something so Vinny can get some points. You're just going to spam String Shot, I feel like. All right, Vinny, come on. Just hit him with one more attack and see if you can get like at least a crit out of this. Okay, so speed keeps falling. Yeah, like I said, you're just going to spam String Shot here. So I'm just going to spam Tackle. Okay, Vinny, you're at 2 HP. Okay, you hit a crit, but you didn't knock out Wurmple, so I'm going to have you switch out because I'm not going to risk losing you this early on. All right, let's put in Carl. He's 1 level behind, but it shouldn't be that much of a problem. Wow. Wow, Wurmple would hit a crit on Carl right here. Unbelievable. All right, at least he got the win. All right. So I might just have to switch out, or depending what he brings out next, he's gonna bring out another Wurmple. All right, let's just keep Carl and see maybe he can do some damage. And okay, it's only level 3, so I'm not too worried. All right, so okay, all right, this is bad. I'm gonna have to switch out because even if I manage to hit him with another tackle, he's just gonna hit me with something. I'm not gonna risk Wurmple hitting a String Shot on this one. Okay, maybe I could have left Carl out. No, it's fine. It's fine. Chester, let's just finish this quick. Hit him with another tackle. Whoa. Okay. Not too bad, Chester. You see, I knew you'd always come through for me. All right, who are you going to send down? Another Wurmple? I never understood why Pokemon creators insist on giving their NPC players the same Pokemon over and over and over again. It's like a hiker dude who has only 5 Geodude on his team. Do you really need 5 Geodude? What's the plan there, buddy? So even if you have 4 Wurmple, what are you gonna do? Have 2 Beautifly and 2 Dustox if they all evolve? If you get that, it won't be that much of a difference. Let's just hit him with a Water Gun, see if it... Yep, OTK. All right, now we can just move on. Was that his last Pokemon? I think so. Okay, yeah, it was. Yeah, you have all those Pokemon, but could it win? You have the same Pokemon. Dude, I suggest diversifying yourself. So we're going to leave it here for now and see if maybe we can do some level grinding. So stay tuned for part 3, and thank you all for watching. Please hit that like and subscribe button, and I will see you all next time.